So greetings to all of you. This is Ishaan Arora from Momentum IAS, and today we are going to cover the topic hybrid warfare. So again we will be discussing it in the form of answer writing, and the question is, to what extent, in your opinion, is the government of India prepared to tackle the changed landscape of modern warfare? So modern warfare and hybrid warfare are the same. So you are seeing that there is a lot of changes in the modern warfare. The last major war is the World War II. After that, see, at that time it was only war with the help of machines, guns, aeroplanes, submarines, etc. So that was seen as the most modern way at that time. Today we not only have military, but also we have different dimensions of war which have come into the picture. First is the information. Information war is playing a major role in the current warfare. For example, today when we see, there is a lot of propaganda and misinformation spread on both the parties. If you see, for example, Pakistan also plays a lot of information war with India. They will try to paint India into bad light as to how the situation is in Kashmir, how the rights are trampled, but they will never showcase what is happening on their side. Similarly, if you look at the case of Ukraine, there also the West is propagating a lot of campaigns that Russia is losing. On ground it is gaining land, but there is a whole picture in the whole world that Russia is losing. तो एक ऐसी इंफॉर्मेशन फैलाई जाती है कि जिससे लगे, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इट इज़ लाइक यू आर प्लेइंग क्रिकेट इन अ स्टेडियम, ठीक है, तो अगर सारे लोग आपको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं तो योर मोरल विल बी हायर. अगर आप पूरा स्टेडियम, पूरी कंट्री आपको सपोर्ट कर रही होती है और उस स्टेडियम में आपका सपोर्टर नहीं है, तो इट बिकम्स डिफिकल्ट फॉर द ओपोनेंट टू play well because the pressure gets to them. So this is one thing. Next is also you are saying that there is lot of cyber warfare going on. Recently there was an attack on AIMS in the All India Medical Institute Sciences, New Delhi was hacked. Now this is critical infrastructure, health infrastructure has been under attack. Similarly, you will also see that in Ukrainian war, Russian hackers were trying to, वैसे तो they use the missiles to blow up their electricity and all, but they can also put down the servers, to put down the internet services, financial services. All of these things are also coming up. Next is also the economic dimension. What is the economic dimension? For example, the sanctions or the FATF, जहाँ पे पाकिस्तान is placed, ठीक है, फाइनेंशियल एक्शन टास्क फोर्स, उसके डिफरेंट लिस्ट होती है, ग्रे लिस्ट, ब्लैक लिस्ट, सो यू कैन पुट दोज इनटू सैंक्शंस. Similarly, Russia has been put in sanctions by USA, Iran has been put in sanctions, Venezuela, North Korea, they are trying to cripple them economically. So now modern warfare is not only dealing with you basically taking up a tank or a missile and blowing up your enemy. It has gone a long way beyond that. So how will we answer this question? Initially we will go with the introduction. If we look at this, okay, now what is actually hybrid war? So you can say that in today's era warfare has changed. So the first thing you will see that warfare has transformed. It is totally evolved. It is not the same as it was in First World War. Now simply any support, any military weapons are not adequate, are not necessary that you will win the war. अगर आपके पास सिर्फ बेहतर हथियार है, it will not necessarily mean that you are going to win the war easily. जैसे रशिया और यूक्रेन का वॉर स्टार्ट हुआ था, वर्ल्ड वाज थिंकिंग कि विद इन डेज इट विल एंड, बट 1 year डाउन द लाइन also the war is going strong. So warfare has transformed itself. Now we have entered into an era of hybrid war. What is the meaning of hybrid war? अब hybrid war means traditional war is simply you go and attack the other person, plus unconventional war. So basically in the introduction you will say that war has transformed itself. Today the war has become multi-dimensional, okay? Totally transformed, and it is multi-dimensional. War is multi-dimensional now. We have entered into an era of hybrid war, जहाँ पे we mix traditional war and unconventional war. What are the various things which have been deployed? अब जैसे traditional war में तो we know the weapons, tanks होंगे, guns, artillery, different kind of weapons. इसमें तो weapons ऐसे होते हैं. What are the weapons of unconventional war? सबसे पहले misinformation, गलत इन्फॉर्मेशन स्प्रेड करना. दिस विल बी योर फर्स्ट वेपन कि मोरल ब्रेक डाउन करना दूसरे का. सेकेंड इज इकोनॉमिक मैनिपुलेशन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू एन एग्जाम्पल, वी नेवर होप दिस माइट हैपन, बट जैसे मान लीजिए इंडिया इज हाईली डिपेंडेंट नाउ ऑन यूपीआई, है ना, बिकॉज वी हैव suddenly shifted to online payments. Now in the event of war, China tries to shut down our UPI system. जैसे war आपका border पे हो रहा है, पर the whole India is suffering because of that. Transactions are not happening. Economically you are manipulating with your enemy. You are distorting the trade. जैसे मलक्का स्ट्रेट है या कोलंबो के पास या जितने भी states, whatever states we have, China is choking the trade through that in the event of war. So India is also now developing this string of pearls, you must have heard. So India is also countering these things. This is economic manipulation or preparing for this. Next is the use of proxy. Proxy war means you will not go and fight yourself. Right now the Pakistan on the whole is a proxy for China. कि China is using Pakistan to generate tensions inside the country. Proxies use करना या फिर insurgency or basically funding terror groups, or also diplomatically you can create hurdles. Diplomacy is also being used in the war now. What is happening in this is, for example, India wants to designate an individual as a terrorist in the UN. Now China will step up and say we don't think that the person is a terrorist. So diplomatically you defeat the other person's objectives. So all of these things are happening. ठीक है? And one new way now war is fought is, जैसे पहले जब war होता था तो आप land, water and air में लड़ते थे. Land is basically you will send a tank on the land. Water you will send ships, submarines, and on air you will send aeroplanes. Now the playground of war has increased. It is land, water, air, space. Space is an added dimension in the warfare today. जैसे 1945 में जब हम World War II देखते हैं तब space was not so much involved. Now you have satellite imaging, satellite technologies, weaponization of space coming up, and also the cyber domain. So land, water, air, space and cyber, this is your new battleground. अब सिर्फ so because the playground has also increased, the way we fight can also not remain the same. So in the introduction we will explain this, that war has become multidimensional. It is an era of hybrid warfare where you use traditional war along with unconventional war. The tools are misinformation, economic manipulation, using of proxies, insurgency as well as diplomacy along with the conventional means of war. Also we see that space and cyber domain have been added in the war front. So this is your introduction. So now we will transition from the introduction to the body. So these changing times require that there is proper institutional preparedness, setups are there, and also you also need to have proper self assessment. So basically the question was, how well are we prepared? So how well we are prepared means we need to have institutions, and we also need to know what is right with us, what is wrong with us. Okay. So now we are going to discuss what is the vulnerability of our country in particular areas. Vulnerability means हमारा weakness क्या क्या है, in which areas we can be targeted using this. So first of all is the defense import. We are the second largest defense importer. ठीक है, though India is not the biggest economy, India is not exporting oil. हमारे पास तेल के कुएं नहीं है कि हम तेल बेचा और वेपन्स खरीद लिए. We are not a very rich nation. We are middle income and per capita के हिसाब से we are not doing so good. On the whole our economy is big, but still we do not have surplus in our bank account. For example, we do not have a economy which can simply earn money by selling oil, या फिर we are not USA or China in terms of size and purchasing power, but defense import we are the second largest. ठीक है, तो this shows that we are dependent, basically हमारे पास weapons ही नहीं है, we are dependent on the other countries for our defense. Now the army is ready, but if somehow those imports are cut, either through economic sanctions or through manipulation of trade or through choking the trade transit points. जैसे Russia and Ukraine war is going on, we used to import, earlier we used to import 76% of our weapons from Russia. Slowly it got down to 52%, but still 52% is a huge number. Russia का अपना war चल रहा है, वो पहले खुद के लिए weapons रखेगा कि हमें देगा. This is something which we need to consider. Defense import is a major problem. This is our first weakness. We are not making enough weapons on our own, or for that matter manufacturing sector on the whole is not doing very well. Next is a hostile neighborhood. For example, अब सोचिए कि if Switzerland tries कि हम we will be focusing on our manufacturing base, उनके लिए it is very easy क्योंकि उनको किसी से लड़ना ही नहीं. On the other hand, if India tries कि we will focus on growth and development, 10 countries will come up which will try to stop India. Initially China and Pakistan are perpetually there. Then Afghanistan has also become unstable now. It is, you can say that it is a very hostile neighborhood. Any spark of basically mischief there will definitely have an impact on our security as well. Plus China के पास इतना पैसा है कि it can simply use our neighbors against us, which it also tried to do in the case of Sri Lanka and Bangladesh also. So we have a very hostile neighborhood. This is our second vulnerability. Third is, this is not, basically we may not call it vulnerability, but this is a threat. Rapid development in space. If you compare the development in space today with 1945, the space technology has increased manifold. This means that definitely in the event of war, if next big war happens, world war happens, space technology will be used, because see, it is a culture of the Western countries. When they are in war, they want to look at many ethical concerns and all. In the world war, everybody uses every available means. Okay? So rapid development in space technology has taken place, and we may not be able to figure out. Deep fake videos are being made with the help of artificial intelligence. And fake news is also there. With the help of space technology, you can locate everything very clearly. Where is everybody? What is the main area, etc. So it becomes very difficult. Now the next thing is terrorism is also evolving. Terrorism is using cyber. Basically, internet has become their recruiting ground. जैसे big companies are giving ads on the internet to hire, or जैसे if there is a big company, they will give you their office tours, etc. जैसे Google will showcase its office on YouTube. Similarly, you will have many terrorist groups which are putting all of their ideology. जैसे हमारी classes online चलती हैं, terrorist का training is also happening online these days, because you can give all of the ideology, how to make a weapon, everything has gone online. So terrorism has also evolved. They also have a good working culture, as in कि आप remote training दे सकते हो, आपको आने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. So with this help, you have got lone wolf attacks, lone wolf or sleeper cells. Sleeper cells basically they are inactive, वो बैठे रहते हैं, they have their agenda, किसी और से contact में नहीं होते. Basically lone wolf is a single person who is radicalized and he carries out an attack. Sleeper cell may be 2, 3, 4, 5 maximum, okay? But they are also not interacting with anybody else. So it is becoming very difficult to detect these. On top of it, you also have the fake news. This is also a vulnerability of India, because on WhatsApp, through social media, people do spread a lot of fake news also. So all of these things have created a vulnerable situation for India. So now we have, because it is asking the preparedness of the country, we have shown that these are the issues. So what will be the way forward? So this is your last part of your answer. So how will you decide what will be the way forward? First step will be training of armed forces. In modern warfare. So basically what this sentence is trying to say is modernize the armed forces. Rest everything is under that umbrella. Modernizing the armed forces is an umbrella term. Next is Atmanirbhar or Make in India. And Atmanirbhar. Self-sufficiency in defense production is a must. Baki sectors are also required, but defense is something जिसमें you give money also and you give your protection also. ठीक है? The next thing which we have is strengthening the democratic institutions. The more debates we can have, more discussions we can have, more information will be there in the people. Similarly, in this goal, in this objective, media can also play a very supportive role. So all of these things are required. These are the steps which are required. So basically, looking at the above problems, initially we have defined modern warfare, hybrid warfare, its weapons and the changing playground of war. Then we decided our vulnerabilities. We said that until and unless we know the problem, it is very difficult to solve it. What was the problem? We are not able to produce defense. Okay, fake news is also there, media, all of those issues we have discussed. Hostile neighborhood, rapid development in technology, all of these things are coming up. Also you can add here more spending in research and development. Okay. So way forward mein we are going to write, we need to train the armed forces so that they are prepared for modern warfare. Also we need to give a fillip to the defense sector in the country, which the government is already doing. On the whole, we need to strengthen the democratic institutions, make sure that there is enough investment and growth in media as well as research and development, so that India can tackle these challenges. Okay. Thank you so much.